everybody. It's Tuesday. It's from the barracks. A little late tonight, but as we always said, we're going live Tuesday, whether we want to or not, like whether we're going to be late or not. And here we are. It's Tuesday. It's from your barracks. I am Joker with Players Wanted. Before I go any further with the introductions, I just want to say the order of the appearance, starting with me, going to Justin, going to Steve, and then ending with Wiener is the order in which they logged into the stream. Steve Ash actually only got the link 2 minutes before the live went live. And he was still in here before Wiener got here.
That's okay. Your bullshit restream crap wouldn't work for me on my computer.
Technically speaking, I was here like an hour and a half ago because nobody told me until Wiener did. It's like, hey, that got moved to 8 o'clock. I'm like, son of a bitch.
It's just like Mark not telling anybody.
Well, I told everybody except Justin.
I see how it is.
See? Yep.
But actually, when I told Justin,
No, don't put me below his chin.
I'm drooling right now, so just I'm gonna get my little snot rag.
His waddle.
All right.
Leave that Wiener alone. Who's that? Oh, I know that. Is that?
Oh God. So we definitely have a show. So let me go with the proper introductions here. I am Joker with Players Wanted. With me, it's not a party till he comes out. Wiener from New Breed Airsoft. Steve, he's got all the pew-pews at Gun Truck Ash, and he'll put some shiny braces on if you piss him off. Justin Beowulf West. All of us here to talk to you with all the pew-pews about all the things that are going on this Tuesday night. Tonight.
Yes, I am.
And those are all non-functioning display models.
Oh,
Yeah, they're AEGs. Not one of them work.
Raina Wolfstrong. You know what? I've been seeing you on Call of Duty, and I haven't reached out. I should have done that a while ago. My apologies. All right, so let me explain what we're going to talk about. What the hell? Okay.
Subtle.
We are going to make only a couple of quick announcements because obviously it's already 8 o'clock. The reason why the stream was late was because I just got back home from Tavares. I knew it was going to be late, pushed the stream a little bit. We're going to do a brief description of all the events that are going on. Wiener is going to have his opportunity to give his little his spiel on New Breed Airsoft on Thursday.
Yes, we're going to go live Thursday. We may have to change.
Did you just have a stroke? What happened?
No, we have to change that.
What about tomorrow?
I have to be at my fire department Thursday night.
We could probably do it tomorrow night if.
I'm not sure criminally trespass from there.
Wednesday? No, I got a fire department meeting too tomorrow night too.
Do you want to push it to 8 o'clock?
Wait a minute, hold on a second. Let me think here. Yeah, not tomorrow night. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Because
we'll let
Friday
you guys know.
We'll be at your house. We always do it Friday night at your house.
Oh, that's true.
See
there we go. We'll do it Friday night. But we're going to talk about the events that we have coming up and everything going on. So obviously. This weekend, if you know where my house is, you guys, or even if you have my number and know how to contact me to get my address, Saturday night is going to be whatever hell to celebrate December party. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. Finishing up the year not this weekend, but the following weekend is going to be DEO is having their second game day in a long time at their field over in Pine Island. So I think I'm going to be going over there. Edward, I'm not surprised there's going to be some sleepovers going on. Wiener's sleeping over my house. He's not cuddling with me, though.
No, we heard a softball team's in town.
You say he's not. He might wake up to it.
No, I say that. No, he's going to lock me in his office. He's not.
Yeah, I am. And I'm going to reverse the thing so I can actually lock him in the office. Hey, what's up, Gert? After that, I believe the next event that we have is going to be January 19th through the 20th is going to be myself, Wiener, and Justin will be at New Breed Airsoft's Cannonball Run at the Black Tiger Airsoft. I believe the weekend after that is at Wayne's World of Paintball is going to be Flames of the Rebellion from Mind Game Productions. It's going to be a Star Wars themed event.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
I'm a lesbian now. What are you talking about?
Jesus Christ.
Make an ugly woman.
You guys make this part of the show so much harder when I'm trying to focus on the events we have coming up.
I could be just doing this.
Hold on.
With you, so,
Look, the two oldest guys that are on the stream, can you take advantage of what the younger guy here is and just be quiet?
I found out that he could actually be my kid.
All right. So then, 16th to the 18th, we're going to be at Bone Crusher in Milledgeville, Georgia. I think all of us. You're going to that too, right, Steve?
What's that?
Steve,
Can't hear you.
Ooh, Steve's not. Steve's out again.
That's even better. We couldn't hear him because he didn't have his mic on.
Yeah, you giving him credit
I'm
for
sitting here talking. Yeah,
shit he
no,
ain't
no. I'm going to Bone Crusher. Yes, I'll be there.
Woohoo! Yep.
Okay.
For
No, my
everybody
mom did not
who's
play something. Mom did do an 80s sports.
for everybody signing up for Chaos Company, it is sold out already, and so is Dagger.
Oh shit!
If you are signing up and you do want to play with us, just make sure you indicate in there you want to play for Chaos Company.
Let's play
you want
Airsoft,
to play,
not play with us. Yeah.
well, I mean, you could do that too. Just him. If you're of age. If you're of age. Just saying. But indicate in there that you want to join us.
Join.
All right.
The menagerie of idiots.
After that, March 7th through the 11th, 3 of us on the stream are going to be on the Pew Pew at Sea 2 cruise.
Yeah. Paid for mine
The only person that isn't
I know.
is going to be
damn having to have teeth.
Damn redneck Messiah's got to get his teeth fixed.
Yeah.
So we'll be at that, and then I believe it's a week after, 2 weeks after is going to be.
Hold on, is Thunderdome?
No.
North versus
South.
South 4.
I thought Thunderdome is before North versus South.
Oh, I guess it is. Thunderdome 4 is the weekend, just the weekend after the cruise. So we'll be there. We are going to be on. At least Wiener and myself are going to be on the USSR underneath Papa side.
And North versus South is the 22nd through the 24th.
There you go.
Yep,
I was thinking that
I thought the same thing.
Oral care is very important, sir.
Well,
Boy,
I don't want to talk with a whistle.
Open line.
Hi there, everybody.
I tell my wife that all the time, but it's not what you think.
Right.
Did you?
Pretty sure that should be in a prenup.
Yeah.
Right, Wiener. This comment right here.
I know, and I know what you just said, and I'm like, if Star only heard you.
Yeah, she's not home right now, so it's all good.
Wiener says it is too every time he takes his teeth out before he does it.
That's right. Actually, I screwed up. I used super glue the last time I put them back in, so they ain't coming out.
He calls that the Gummer 9000.
All right. So moving into April. April's a pretty packed month. There's a couple things going on, but for sure that we have secured for April is we have Stonebreaker.
Stonebreaker, 19th through the 21st.
There we go. That's the weekend before. Syndicate 4, April 26th to the 20th. So Stonebreaker, of course, is at Barnwell, South Carolina, at the GTI Center.
The place that broke my leg.
Yeah. And then, of course, Syndicate 4 is at hosted by us Players Wanted at the
Warwick.
Mid Orange Correctional Facility in Warwick, New York. There we go.
Gummer 9000.
We have everything out there of what we're doing from
Up
now
until the
end of April. That's our schedule. And I mean, obviously, guys, if you're not doing anything in January,
hey, that's my boy OT. Hey, OT.
Meister OT.
Man,
Meister OT.
That's a lot. There's a shit ton there, and now it's done. Okay, so let's talk about some fun stuff. So I'd like to thank Mr. Ash for coming on.
Shinbreaker for
and being our fourth this time. Yeah, I'll actually set up the right way.
Appreciate y'all. There you go.
There's the right side.
We needed another ugly face out here, so
I'm happy to fill in.
Well, we got to.
Yeah, but he's got a prettier wall than you do. Okay,
he does. For now, wait till I get everything moved into my man cave, which is done, by the way. The man cave is complete.
I don't have just one wall. You know that, right?
I know it's just one wall. I know because it loops around.
It's a whole room. Yeah.
I did steal your wall color though. I do have my walls are my man cave.
Isn't it the best color though?
It's awesome. Yep, it's awesome.
I do not have a script. That was off the top of my head.
we can't name. Right. He does, but we go way off the rails.
There
we're nowhere near
a guideline. And then the only way that I could ever stick to the guideline is if I literally don't have Wiener on the show.
Or you mute me.
I am so glad he was not at the county hearing today, the county commissioners hearing today, because I would have been so damn distracted Especially when I said
well,
probably the
especially
most
when I wear my banana
cringe.
hammock, you know.
Wow.
All right.
Ready?
So, all right.
That's awkward.
All right. I know I've played at Raptor. I know Wiener's played at Raptor.
Oh yeah, I've been banned.
Yeah. Wait, Steve, have you been banned from Raptor yet?
Yeah, I played there one time. I've been banned.
Okay, Justin, I'm sorry, bro. You're on the show. You're banned.
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say association.
Guilt by association.
That's like
So
when you brought it up to me, I'm like, isn't that a player? Isn't there a player up in like Carolina?
Yeah,
like,
no,
no,
yes, actually, Raptor is one of our admins from Outcast that for our events. So Raptor Airsoft Field gives the name Raptor a bad name.
Yes, you're banned.
So to give some context and backstory, I want to express how rare it is, and the three other gentlemen on the screen. And,
he says that loosely. Wiener's a bad name
Steve
too.
Tom actually showed up. Steve Tom.
What? You know Steve's gonna show up.
Hey,
no, but he actually see his name this time.
My other Steve. I got two Steves.
Every real woman wants one.
Steve. It's 23.
But when they say they want a big wiener, they're not talking about you.
We haven't even made it 15 minutes yet.
Yeah,
I know. So let's talk a little bit about Raptor Airsoft.
You
and
didn't know that Justin was transgender?
Will you stop with the jokes like that?
This is my man West.
Sir, you have way bigger boobs than me.
All right.
Hey, mine are pretty solid these days. Ow.
Hey, Steve, how you doing, bud?
Good, man. I didn't realize we were on a comedy sketch.
Hey, who wants to see Wiener do the milkshake song? And jiggle.
He needs to put on a Hawaiian shirt first.
No, yeah, one of those ones that's too small for me.
The funny thing is like my birthday's actually Sunday, which is going to be great. Because there's going to be nobody here to.
They're still going to sing "Happy Birthday" to him.
All right.
To Wiener.
So let's talk a little bit about Raptor Airsoft. For those of you who don't know the history and reason why some of us might be a little bit more antagonistic towards Raptor than others. So I want to express how rare it is that players sometimes will talk shit about a field, but content creators and event producers typically don't publicly trash a field to, say, the government in particular. Like, they don't go out there and go to, like, say, a county commissioner's meeting and talk down about an airsoft field, because one of the things we don't want is we don't want the government regulating our sport. But there's some places, there's some fields, there's some people that make it to the point to where we have to say something when stuff gets so egregiously bad. So what caused us to be so hostile towards Raptor? I only can tell my side of it. If anybody else that's on the stream here doesn't want to share their feelings towards Raptor, they're not obligated to. I'm not going to force them to. If they want to, cool. But I'll just tell about my experiences.
like Steve's looking so innocent down there.
Wait till you hear what I did.
Misty, those are all airsoft guns.
Yes.
I have a wall that can almost rival what looks like Steve Ash's wall.
There we go. Found himself on the back again.
I don't have all my craps in a storage unit.
Steve still gets blown away with just one wall.
Yeah, well, he definitely has more money on his wall than my wall. I'll tell you that much right now.
And on this episode of Airsoft
yes.
Tackling your gun ADHD.
That's honestly how my
Raptor
wall
is not
started.
where the train wreck event went down. No,
Really?
Mr. Meadows.
Like, ooh, I like this gun.
The best part about it is
this gun.
Well, no, he's not wrong.
All those guns behind me except for two are all HPA.
Yeah, and the difference is on my wall, all except for two guns are not HPA.
Like, Two different sides of the coin.
Yeah, so guys, hey, if you guys got a cool airsoft wall, go ahead and go to Players Wanted Airsoft on Facebook and post the group page and go ahead and post your walls. Let's take a look at some of those sexy walls out there.
Especially the floppy ones, Zach.
No, don't do that. We already have enough issues with the porn bots. We don't need any more of that. All right. So I'm going to give some context for what I experienced and what I saw, and I'm going to let other people share as we go through so we can talk about what led us up to this. Back in, I think it was January 2020, we had an op there called Operation Northern Watch by Doomsday Airsoft. I was able to attend. I was a sponsor with my board game company. Now, at this point in time in my board game company, I just came off of an issue with somebody making a bad joke to the wrong people that actually made me rebrand my entire company. Some of you guys know about it. I'm not going to say it here because it doesn't need to be said. But essentially, I had to rebrand my company, and I was accused of being a shitbird, which I wasn't, right? So
we're still debating on that.
Well,
but
a different kind, a bad shitbird. Okay. So fast forward to Northern Watch. I'm out there. I got my Screech Dragon Studio banner up there. It's huge. I got my thing up there. I'm showing off my games. I got my kid there in his wheelchair. Damien was there, and we're having a good time. And then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose with the admin and the staff. It turns out that the Green Command for that side was banned previously by Raptor Airsoft. This was some members of Striker Airsoft were banned. There was a couple other people that were going through. And then what came out at this point when these bans happened was that we lost most of the Green lost their command. They had no leadership in place. There was arguments going on with Doomsday. Did you want to share any of what was going on with that, Wiener?
No, we're good. You got it all under control. No, it's just we weren't told. It was a huge cluster.
Yeah, there was. So going back to it, what happened was that's when that happened, some players got pissed off because this happened only a couple of days before the event. So now Doomsday's scrambling, and then a couple of other teams got word of what happened. And one of the owners, his name is Juan. He's Juan Senior. Likes to street preach, and his street preaching is very anti-LGBTQ, right? So, and we are always trying to be apolitical as possible here. He had a lot of political views that went counter to a lot of people's thoughts, on a really extreme version of Christianity. A lot of stuff like that was just being broadcasted everywhere. So it's the players that got banned, their friends decide we're going to do it in solidarity because one of the people was targeted for being gay. They had a rainbow patch.
The flag.
Leave one man alone.
He's talking about leave Juan alone because he loves those guys.
That's fine. I got called some horrible names today, so I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want, Garcia. How about that?
Favorite field. Garcia's to be the clown. He knows.
Yeah.
Can we get a list of the top 10 names you were called today?
I was called a demon again. I was banned again. I was called
a demon.
A liar.
How do you get banned twice? Is it like double banned?
Five. I'm 5-time banned. I'm the 5-timer club.
I told Joe he needs to get a plaque.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Alleged name
Jesus
calling.
fucking Christ, woman!
It's on video. If you watch the stream, it's on video.
Your food's out there somewhere in the fridge.
She heard your comment.
Was that the wife? Was that Star?
Talking about that oral care.
Yeah.
What the hell did you say?
Popped up over here. I didn't even see her because she came from behind the TV.
That's how she gets you.
So as I'm there, people are wearing rainbow flags. Juan and Alcira, the two owners of Raptor Airsoft, do not take this very well. Well, Alcira goes live right in front of my booth, talking about them gays and everything else while she's live streaming to Instagram. Board game industry.
Doomsday did not know anything about it until after the fact.
Yeah, it was not Doomsday.
Oh my god.
So I got the Infinity Band stuff. That's awesome. I got banned from Raptor Airsoft, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
You're now Thanos.
So she's saying all this stuff, and she's in the live, and my banner is right behind her. I was like, I'm going to ask you to please walk away and leave. I was like, I can respect that you have religious views and everything else, but I don't need you broadcasting this shit this stuff in front of my booth. I was being very political about it. I was trying to be very, very simple. I was like, I'm trying to be a nice guy. I was like, I don't agree with your views, but we can respectfully agree to disagree, but I need you to move away. And she goes, why? This is my location. I was like, understand, board games are extremely liberal, and you're kind of like trashing that. And so I was like, if you could please respect me as a person and just not have my booth in your video. Thank you.
Walker, you're leaving? Is that good night, guys? Like hello, good night, or goodbye, goodbye? Because you don't want to. Your ears are hurting.
So she walks away. The event goes on. And there was some stuff that happened that I found out after the fact. Like, they agreed to a set price, and when they saw the people show up, they went back to Doomsday and said, we want more money. And Doomsday's like, kick rocks, right? You are my... Oh,
alleged friend.
You are... Garcia, you are one of my best friends. You're on my favorite call list.
We didn't see your hello, Kevin.
See your hello. Where'd it go?
Yeah.
Was it in between the softball players or the volleyball players?
I don't see any hello from Mr. Walker.
He was just imagining he's getting old too.
Yeah. I love you, Mr. Walker. So anyways, so all that happens, shit hits the fan, and then the event goes off. We finish the event, we leave, and things should die down.
What's up, bitches? About 2013 in.
I'm sorry, CRISPR.
It wasn't a hello, but it was what's up, bitches.
There's a lot of text going. So
yeah.
And if that was all that happened, that should have been just the end of it. However, I was at Miami Airsoft. I was talking to a buddy of mine, Laxsoft, and he goes, I can't believe this shit. He goes, I can't believe this. I just got banned from Raptor. What?
The geriatric airsoft stream.
Look here, woman.
Brought to you by Depends. And ibuprofen.
So you know what? For saying that shit, now you can't be a Death Walker. How about that?
Oh.
Anyways.
It's okay, honey. You can still be a Death Walker. He'll be calmed down by tomorrow.
Blackstuff approached me. He goes, hey, bro, you're not going to believe this, but I just got banned from Raptor. And I said, for what? And I was thinking, I was like, wait, aren't you sponsored by them? And he goes, yeah. I was like, what the hell did you do? And he goes, because I was... Because I'm dating, because Cassian's my girlfriend. Now, another point of context, as we're at Northern Watch, Wanda's over there on the side, and he quotes, I think it was Matthew 2:17, a woman should have no authority over a man. Because I guess some people were asking him why Cassian was fired. And that was being discussed. And it's like, and he said that. So I was like, he fired, so going back to Lax, I go, Lax, let me get this straight. You got banned, not dropped as a sponsored player. You got banned because your girlfriend was fired by them. Have you said anything wrong about it? He goes, I haven't said anything, dude. I was planning on going up there and still doing videos and all that. She doesn't work there anymore. She moved on. She's going into the Coast Guard or whatever. It's whatever.
Hey, Donna.
So I got pissy, and I contacted Cassan and said, "Hey, yeah, I know, shocker, right?" So I contacted
not little pissy. He got big pissy.
Cassan and said, "Hey, did this happen?" And she goes, "Yes, it did." I was like, "Do you want to talk about it on the stream?" And she goes, "Yes, I will." So we go on the stream. We start talking about it. We start talking about how they banned that. This was a pattern of behavior. Anybody that disagrees with Raptor Airsoft gets banned. They just ban, right? And then they start spouting all sorts of negative stuff about them, whatever. So then, now that, mind you, this is early 2020. I think it happened in January. February is when all this stuff comes out. And then as people start digging, they realize, holy shit, Raptor Airsoft has been operating illegally for over 2 years and has amassed $68,000 in fines. $100 a day for like 2 straight years. It was insane. So then we have our live stream. I get banned again. That was my second ban. That was awesome. And we start talking and going through this stuff. So everybody that was on the stream got banned. Garcia was trying to stick up for him. I was going back and forth with Garcia. That's when he and I actually started having a friendly conversation. They're like, look, man, whatever. So we then fast forward, COVID hits, the pandemic. We get shut down. And I believe it was in April. People are getting sick and tired of being in lockdown. The state's shut down. We can't do anything. And they said, you're getting banned. You get banned. Everybody's getting banned.
I'm sitting in the kitchen like, what I do?
April, there was a couple of fields that were opening up to play games because people weren't convinced about whatever your politics are with COVID. But the reality was we're in the middle of a lockdown. And that's when the death tolls were kind of high. Raptor Airsoft said they're going to be open. And we're on one of the Florida Airsoft groups where 3 people said, Miami Airsoft's closed, but Raptor Airsoft's going. We're on our way to Raptor Airsoft. Oh, by the way, we tested positive and had a positive COVID test. They're in a red Mustang. So, okay. They might not see this. So I called up Raptor Airsoft and said, are you open today? And they go, yes, we are. We're not shutting down, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, cool. Whatever. You do you. You probably shouldn't do that. You should probably play there. But whatever. You got 3 guys coming up in a red Mustang right now that have tested positive for COVID. She goes, well, what? And Alcira goes, what do you want me to do about it? Turn them away. Don't let them on the property. Don't expose the people that are there to COVID. She goes, you're just trying to shut us down. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm warning you. 3 people are coming to your field right now that tested positive for COVID.
And they're advertising it.
And they go, and I was like, it's right on Facebook right now. Florida sauce more spicy than NC Airsoft. So she starts making comments. She starts saying that I'm a demon. I'm a devil. I'm just trying to screw them over. God will protect us. I was like, yeah, maybe that.
Like Bobby Boucher's mama.
I made a mistake of saying maybe God
Mark Sirens is the devil. Bobby
me
Boucher.
To tell you that maybe God is telling you.
You can't pray that away right there. I'm just.
It's telling you that you have people infected with COVID. Don't let them on. And she goes, I'm not going to do anything about it. She goes, if you don't like it, I dare you to call the cops. Don't threaten me with a good time. I called the police. Said, hey, this business is open. This business has 3 people that are coming up there right now that are tested positive for COVID. Officers didn't like that. They responded. They go, yep. He called me up. They go, there's a lot of people on site right now. We're shutting them down. He goes, and there's a red Mustang in the parking lot. At that point in time, you can hear Alcira yelling in the background. She goes, the reason for this call, Mrs. Sirens, is I was like, is that her in the background screaming at me? She goes, yes. She goes, you tell him he's trespassed, he's banned, he's not coming back. I was like, buddy, I wasn't coming back anyway, but I'll take the trespass. Whatever. He goes, what's your name? I was like, I don't answer questions. I was like, don't worry. My name is
Rob Wiener. Click.
I am not coming back to that location.
Your boyfriend's on over there.
So that's the 3rd time I got banned.
Hey, Scotty.
So.
Scotty boy.
The excuse they told me for Penny joking that he was gay and he don't allow gays on the field. Oh, God. For a gay guy, I sure have sex with a lot of women. I mean, 4 kids that I know of.
It's a very elaborate cover-up. You're committed to it.
Really thought that one through.
Yeah. So.
That is some CIA level shit right there.
So then that's when the discovery's going through, and then we discovered.
Oh, no shit. Really, really top, huh? That's funny.
Him and
dog.
Anyways, so what it turns out was that all of a sudden, I think it was like August of 2020 is.
Damn.
I gave you a glass. I need a glass, please.
She's gonna bring back a straw.
Now nobody else gonna drink out of it.
Oh. Somebody get their ass beat, and it's gonna be Mark.
Thank you. This
We
is my
should
joke
probably
anyway. It's gonna be
emphasize the
gone by
space
tonight.
between a lot of women and 4 kids.
Hey, 4 kids, 3 baby mamas.
Ah,
Anyways, don't be jealous, Wiener. I said 4 women that I know of. There was definitely that I know of out there. I might be on this weekend, Misty, especially not Saturday night because I have my whatever the hell you celebrate December party, but I will be on tonight. So
Night,
there was
Misty.
this big announcement that that Raptor has been violating code for years. They have this hearing coming up, and we did an entire live stream on it. Right, we did this entire live stream. We had the backdrop, talking about all the stuff that they did. Other things that were problematic with the field was that they had a burn pit where they were burning all their trash.
I thought you were going to say they were burning books back there or something.
You know what? Honestly, there were books inside of those pits. There was because it looked like they dumped a whole bunch of office supplies there because there was a bunch of computer parts and everything else. Long trench.
It was the whole,
Copies of Lord of the Rings.
Dr. Seuss line.
Yeah.
They burn digital books.
So we talked about some of the other dangers that were on Raptors Field. Randomly throughout the field, like you're walking down the trails and there's barbed wire across the trail. But it didn't look like barbed wire because it was rusty. It looked like the vines are out there. So you go running through the trail and all of a sudden, you're being, garroted by freaking rusty barbed wire.
Sounds familiar, Wiener.
Garroted? What's that?
Garroted.
Garroted. I know. I just said garroted. Is that an actual word?
I can
sound sexual.
Spell it. I know what it is.
Sexual. That's why it was.
Yeah. Disemboweled. How about disemboweled? Is that better?
There you go.
I lost a pair of pants. There's that one where the blue was showing, my blue underwear was showing because
see, willingly and accidentally is 2 different things.
No, it wasn't. That was not willingly to have my leg get ripped open by freaking barbed wire. Okay.
But it was willingly for you to slam into a wall and split your leg open.
That wasn't willingly either. That was called an accident. Yeah, I totally said, you know what? I could take down that wall with my body. I'll make a new pathway here. Let's go.
What the hell it looked like. I heard I eroded.
Ooh, good one, Steve.
There was also, and there still is, a massive, huge, like 100-foot around, 30-foot deep pit in the middle of the field, and like in the middle of the field. And there was objectives right by this pit, and the side walls of this pit were sugar sand. So if you fell in there, you're not getting out because it was a steep.
You were labeled a non-believer.
It was still pretty cool though.
There was also white supremacist signs everywhere on this property. They had the Keck flag. They had the red, black, and white Nazi symbolistic flag out there without the swastika, the one that had all the bars and the other shit in it. They had the Christian nationalist flag out there. They had the Confederate flag out there. They had a bunch of other Jesus Christ, really? It's just bad, man. Just bad. So we go to that hearing.
Yeah, it's that big, Top.
And then we find out all the other stuff that they're doing. So
wait, that wasn't the bad part?
No, see, if you have an airsoft field, right, and you're in like an area anytime you open an airsoft field, one of the first things you're going to do, which I don't know of a single field that hasn't done this, with the exception of Raptor, where they go around beforehand to every single business that's in the area. Like if they're in a plaza, they go up to everybody within like the block area. Hey guys, just to let you know, in case you're driving by, we're an airsoft field. People are going to come in looking like their tactical gear and everything else. They might have gun bags and all that. It's just their game. It's just a game. It's paintball, but with plastic BBs. Something along those lines. You go to your neighbors and let them know what's going to happen. For like Warwick, New York.
Yeah, you definitely.
We called the city. We called the police department. We're calling the hotels that are around there to get them prepared for what's coming, so we could be good neighbors. We did the same thing with Crescent. We let the community know that we're here, and if there's complaints, if there's issues, we address them in a proper way, which is make adjustments so the community around where we're having our games are happy, and not piss them the fuck off. Raptor Airsoft said, fuck that, hold my beer. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take propane cannons and point them at the neighbor's house and set them off every 45 seconds to piss them off.
Yep. That's
We're
going
gonna
to go well with the HOA.
Those propane cannons are pretty badass. Though.
So the other thing too is when you guys are thinking about putting up a field, one of the things you got to look at for sure is even though airsoft's a recreational activity, if you have a field, you've now made a commercial enterprise around a recreational activity. And that commercial enterprise is on agricultural land, you need to get usually an exemption, conditional use, or get the land rezoned. If you have a commercial property right in the middle of a bunch of residential, you might have a problem on your hands. The last thing you want to do is piss off your neighbors because they're the ones that are going to fight you tooth and nail on whether or not you're able to continue to use the property. Airsoft is life. So, and normally if an airsoft field is in a residential area, those people have already gone around to those residences and said, hey, here's what we're doing here, and work through it. When we're at Yellow Dog Village is a great example. There's houses on all the sides. As soon as we showed up, the first thing I did was knock on doors, introduce myself, and say, here's what's going to happen around. If you guys see that, here's my personal number. Call me.
Lot of mess flushed down the toilet here and
I'm
that.
pretty sure Russia has probably some of the largest airsoft fields in the world.
Well, if you remember, Garcia, now this is I'm only getting through 2022. I haven't gotten to 2021 and beyond yet.
Oh, Jesus.
They got taken to task for that because they kept saying that they're the largest airsoft field in the world, and there was like, no, there's some fields in Europe alone that are twice the size of yours. Piss off.
Well, they might be the largest in any centralized zone residential area.
It's actually in their world.
Well, so give ourselves a little cross.
See you, Scott. Have a good one.
Hey, Scott, we'll do both.
Oh man, we're showing some wicked events. I saw one years back with 10K people, full weekend event, helicopters, APCs, and those were all provided by the Russian military. They're seeing if they can get some conscripts. Actually, I didn't get a single one, Edward, because we literally do things in a respectful manner. We try to get all the numbers and make phone calls and all that. There's an easy way and a soft way to do things. So, during the hearing, all the stuff started coming out about how nasty they were, blocking the roads, all this other stuff. So,
is that today or is it the last year?
This was the last one. This was back in 2020.
The one I knew about. Yep.
Yeah, the one when we went there and we started watching it, some airsofters showed up and we started talking. When Alcira started talking about airsoft, she made some really bullshit claims. Like they're trying to keep the cost down for their site plan to have to modify Raptor Airsoft. And one of the things they don't want to do is they didn't want to build more than a 50-foot vegetative buffer because that's be Florida vegetation and that gets expensive. She goes, yeah, airsoft guns don't shoot more than 100 feet. I loudly scoffed in the middle of the meeting, and I went, sorry, because that was a total, complete line of bullshit. Maybe if you buy a Springer from Walmart, that might shoot 100 feet. But I only had 3 minutes. I had a speech written at that point in time. I scrapped that and just refuted all of her claims. You know, that most airsoft guns shoot on average, across all the airsoft guns that are on the market, when they come out, on average, 200 feet. Accurate, and they can sometimes reach even further than that. But like, I have a gun that's out. I said I have a gun out. I have an airsoft replica in my car right now with the packaging that advertises it shoots 250 feet, and it does. I can even get 300 feet. A lot of snipers shoot even further than that. So you need more than a 100-foot vegetative buffer. By the time that they buzzed it, they actually doubled the size of the buffer. Raptor Airsoft was able to get their conditional use. I got my fourth ban. I got called a whole lot of names and threatened and everything else out in the parking lot, which was great. I could get 100 feet with a straw. Palm trees and weed plants, that's vegetation. It is. So, when Miss Murphy was there was a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, yeah. The FPS was way off. Like, riflemen were able to shoot, I think, what was it, 1.88 joules? Or was it 1.65 joules? It's one of those two. The joule ratings were all off, right? One of the other things I told them is that They butt up right against the Ocala National Forest. Now, I was wrong. It's the Florida State Forest, Florida Seminole State Forest in Ocala is the actual
Seminole.
forest that it butts up against. I said
Seminole.
because you're up against a wildlife preserve, or a state forest or national forest, you should be using bio BBs. They don't mandate this, and so the county commissioners jumped on that and they said, okay, we're going to mandate you. We're going to mandate that you have that your players must use bio BBs. Cool.
Injure a koala bear.
Right. All right. Before I go any further, what is that? What is Steve Ash? When somebody says that you have to use bio BBs, what does that mean to you?
It means that I've got to use BBs that are labeled bio
Biodegradable.
BBs.
Yeah, that you just bring your own bio BBs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, Raptors lost so much money. They said, you know what? Screw that. We're going to make players buy a bottle of BBs every time they come to play from them. Even if you have BBs left over, that's irrelevant. You have to buy BBs from them every single time you play. So now, what should have been a $25 airsoft day, they increased their rate up to $30, and then now they add another mandatory $25 for their shitty branded BBs, which we'll get to that in a second because we know only someone knows John Anderson's song. And they're like, well, they go, the players have to buy the bottles each time. And whenever the players complained, they said, oh, blame Lake County commissioners. They're the ones that said we had to do this. And they were brought to task for it. I mean, for 2 years, players were saying, the county did not tell you that we had to buy BBs from you. That's you trying to make money, and your BBs are garbage, and they're twice the cost of what they should be for those BBs. Well, I mean, if they were HPA BBs, I can understand them being $25 or $30 or $35 a bottle, but they weren't. What they were is just like another company, like when you see the companies that have their branded BBs, like if I got player wanted BBs, the only place I'm really getting them from is either BLS or BB King. They're OEM BBs, and it's questionable how biodegradable they are. Which I'll talk about that in a second because I went to today's meeting. So they're ripping people off. They're charging outrageous prices. They're charging
Edward.
Everybody's got web plants.
It's fertilizer.
God, that movie is so underrated. We're almost living idiocracy right now.
Yes.
Well,
Very
damn
much
close,
so.
that's right.
So you're
That
paying
movie was
$50 a bottle? What weight are you using? My 32 is only $35 a bottle.
Shit's made out of solid gold.
Hey,
4.5s, 4.8s get pretty
resend
damn
me your
expensive.
email address.
Huh?
What?
You mistyped something, Steve. When you get a chance, resend me your email address because I tried to send you the invoice and it bounced back.
Oh yeah. Got you, boo.
So,
No, he called me boo.
their guns, they're putting these Lancer Tacticals as these really awesome guns that were like really expensive, and they're ripping off their customers. The costs don't justify the return, right? So, obviously, I have my fourth band at that point in time, and periodically, we just stop talking about it, Raptor, right? We just stop talking because there's no point in beating a dead horse. Like, we haven't mentioned Raptor in 2 years on this show.
Why? Why so heavy, Crackles? Because pain.
Yeah, well, you're a dumbass, but okay. Just breaking in. He's breaking. My BB's come in a bag. Yes. So,
breathing hard.
So we go forward, and then on August 27, 2021, this is like the last time we really mentioned Raptor. Like periodically somebody will say something, we're like, oh, fucking Raptor, go figure. But August 27, 2021, a huge announcement from Raptor Airsoft. Attention, everybody. Raptor Airsoft is under new ownership and new management. Okay. We made all these great changes and all this stuff.
The same guy wearing a mustache.
Oh, close enough. His name is Juan Alcira Jr. Jr. is now the owner of the company. Now, what this happened immediately was that they started touting his military service, which Jr. did serve in the military. He was a chaplain in the military, and we appreciate his military service. As soon as this happened, it changed a veteran owned and operated, and it turned into the largest airsoft field in the world, which when then they were knocked down, they said the largest airsoft field in the U.S., which then at that time is like, you haven't done basic research. Bro, have you not heard of Ballahack, who has 5 more acres than you do? Black Ops Airsoft, which has 10 more acres than you. Sherwood Forest, who has like 20 more acres than you do. There's a dozens of fields out there that have more than 165 acres. But let's be honest, you don't have 165 acres of playable. You have maybe 100 acres of playable because you have massive ponds on the property. You have a house and areas that are off limits to the property. You have about 60 acres playable. And man, that 60 acres is now on there. Even though it's really 58 acres, by the way.
Thank you for rounding up.
Well, that's what. Hey, this is the stuff that comes out, right? So they got taken to task for lying
Now,
about the size of the field.
Was this today, or is this still back?
This is back. This is
before
back
the hearing
then.
today's
Well,
hearing?
the 60 came out today, and it's actually 58. So they so then of course, as soon as anybody started attacking Raptor for their practices and their behavior and all that, obviously they're trying to do a rebrand because of all the hostility they're getting because of Juan Senior's mouth and El Ciro's mouth by nature. Anybody that goes against them is deceivers, devils, demons, people that are just trying to bring them down. They're every nasty thing that you could think of because they're not taking personal accountability. Okay.
And even try to give him constructive criticism, like one person we know, the whole group got banned.
Yep. So I left a review. They gave another negative review. They then claimed that I was a pedophile, which that got taken down quick because the lawyer sent over to cease and desist because, yeah, nothing like taking me being sexually assaulted when I was a teenager and calling me a fucking pedophile. I was the one that was attacked by a pedophile, fuckers.
It wasn't me. Sorry, guys.
No, because at that time, if I was a teenager, you were a teenager too. You're not that much older than me, sir.
How old are you?
Right now, I'm 46. In 4 days, we'll talk.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Just about time to get that discount from the Denny's.
He's going to get it way before I am.
I'm already
I was about to say, he's been getting that.
I got my AARP card.
He looks like he's 70. Anyways.
Hey, darling, you want your Grand Slam?
Listen, you young whippersnapper, I'll still beat your ass. And run.
Oh, God. So
DDD. Squirrel.
We go through and we start tearing into him. And they start saying, oh, you're destroying a veteran-owned business. He doesn't own it. Nothing's transferred hands. There is no paperwork that's been filed with any Florida agency showing that Raptor Airsoft's been sold to anybody. It's the same name. It's Junior. You're just trying to rebrand. We are smarter than that. You're full of shit. Shut up. Right? Now, I don't know what happened in the ensuing year of all this, but Juan Jr. disappeared from owning it, and it's back to Juan Sr. and Alcira still owning the thing. So that was what led up to all the hostility that's been against Raptor Airsoft. And ever since then, it's like people would mention Raptor and we're like, yeah, whatever, shit field, don't go there. Periodically would see somebody saying, making a recommendation, and we make a counter recommendation that if you're looking at Raptor Airsoft, if you're in that area of Raptor, spend the extra time and go to Wayne's World of Paintball and go to Warzone. Okay? Play with at Warzone with those guys. You have a much better experience. So, last month,
I told you it's Cracker Barrel, not Denny's.
Oh God, it's taken this long just to get this far, but we're almost there. So,
I believe in you.
we can get there. We can get there. So now we come up to last month. So during the hearing back in 2020, the neighbor that's right adjacent to Juan's property, the Raptor, that was getting the propane cannon blast nonstop was Miss Murphy. When she spoke at that one, I think everybody, Gordy was a pretty prominent star at the time, and everybody's like, yeah, Miss Murphy, go Miss Murphy. So she contacted me last month to say, hey, Mark, Raptor is trying to get all the conditions of their conditional use permit, a CUP or CUP, in those terms, removed, and they want to be able to have. They want to be open 7 days a week. They want to be able to have 12 events a year. They want to have all these different things. And I said, well, I see right through this bullshit. They want to ask for all that because what they're hoping for is what the Lake County Commissioners did last time, which is, okay, well, they're asking for all this, but is it reasonable to give them a smaller amount of stuff? And that's what they're really looking for. They're looking for more days to be open because right now Raptor's only allowed to be open 5 days a month. So Saturday, Sunday, every week, except for the last weekend of the month, they're not allowed to be open Sunday. And they're only allowed to have 50 players on the field. Now, for most fields, that would actually be a pretty decent turnout if you have a pretty good pro shop and everything else and good customer service and all that. You'd probably be able to sustain a field on that, right? Well, they want to scrap anything in the cup and come back with unrealistic stuff. So I was like, all right, well, tag me and coach. Let's go have the conversation with them. They go, we like to call you as, God damn it. This is
there you go. Big pat on the back. Here he comes.
It's not a pat on the back. Fuck you, Wiener. It's not a pat on the back. It's the most cringe thing I am about to say. I know it's fucking cringe, guys. I was asked by the residents to be an expert witness on airsoft. Okay.
That shit just went on his resume.
No, it did not. If you guys were watching the Lake County Commissioners meeting just today,
did it put expert underneath your name?
They did not. Luckily, they did not, because I swear to God, if that shit would have. Yeah, well, they call it expert witnesses, even though I'm a professional. I'm a professional.
He said it.
Everybody here is professional airsofters, right? Except for I don't know, Justin. Do you actually make money off of airsoft?
Nope.
All right, then you're not a professional.
Nope. I'm
Steve
just here for.
I keep paying it out.
I'm just here for the shits and giggles.
I keep paying it out. What are you talking about?
So I was talking with Miss Murphy. She went over all the stuff that you're trying to do. I was like, all right, yep, tag me and I'll be there. I'll be able to help you guys out. And give this time I'll be able to speak for more than 3 minutes, so I'll be able to counter a lot of the misinformation that there we go. Here it comes. Expert witness.
I like how you said
it. So they're going to start
Got the
going
name
through,
tag.
And I'll be able to refute all the stuff that's there, and I could actually be
I know what
able
I'm
to
getting you
tell.
for Christmas.
No, fuck you. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I agreed to do this was I was helping out the residents for bad actors in our sport.
Yes, he was. I will vouch for that.
Yeah.
So understand, the most reluctant thing that I ever want to be called was an expert witness. But I do have a lot of expertise, especially when it comes to running events, how many places I go to.
He's saying this now, but he's looking in the mirror and his head's swelling.
No, it isn't. No, I was.
The
I'm
pitch in his
incredible.
voice did change as soon as he
I know,
mentioned he's the expert. Just saying.
Got a little deeper, a little more authoritative.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Well, actually, I had to be that way. I did get petty a few times during the hearing. I can tell you, I'll tell you this much right now. So,
did you show up in your Hawaiian shirt?
I did. I'm wearing the actual
Did you
shirt.
really?
That was there. Yeah.
You had a jacket on too, right?
No, I did not. I could not
No
find
jacket,
my
no
sport jacket.
tie? Wow.
Nope. I came in wearing just like this.
He's the expert. What does
He
it
went-
matter? He needed to be there.
Just like this. He said, I am the
He's
expert here.
He's the Elon Musk of airsoft.
Those BBs fly farther than 100 feet.
Well, that was the funny thing,
It's
right?
got a defect on the right
They do
side.
make an XXL helmet. They take the air pads out. Take the pads out.
God damn, this is not going to... I mean, look, this is going to come out, so that's why I just said it tonight. I know it's going to come out. Somebody's going to pull up the fucking video from the Lake County Commissioners. But you're going to hear me say it like this. Yeah, my name is Mark Serens. I live at my address. And
I am just a humble airsoft proprietor.
I said I run Screech Dragon Studios, Players Wanted Airsoft, and Players Wanted Events. I'm an airsoft player, promoter, and
Mr. Angel's my hero.
I run airsoft events and everything else. I'm an expert witness for Cecil, and I was like, and I hung my head down like this, and I was like, man, the comments on YouTube are gonna love this.
Oh yeah.
And then I went right into it. So when I got there today, It was rather funny because before our thing, they were trying to shut down a person that wants to open a motocross field in a residential area, right? A motocross track inside of a residential area. And one of the guys that was there actually is an expert. His field was actually for sound, like decibels and everything else. This dude went through because of the race, the motorcycles. I'm not reading comments because I don't want to be fucking distracted.
Just
fuck you all, okay? That's one. Tesla Airsoft coming soon.
one. Steve.
So,
I got you.
So during this, he actually went over the math and everything else about how sound amplifies, like multiples of the same sound and everything else, how it amplifies, how weather, humidity, and everything else affects sound. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, that saved me an entire section because I was going to say sound adds on when you use more. And I was like, this dude went all the way down and did the math on it. I was like, holy shit, this is great. He even did a 100-foot vegetative buffer with 120 decibels.
Hang on. Here's what really happened. Joker was going through his notes. He went,
That's I went like this was like I
Don't need
stopped
that page.
typing. Where the fuck is my laptop? Oh, it's out there. Hey, Ange!
Did somebody talk to Stu?
I don't want to talk to Stu. So he just like solved so many problems because that's what I talked about the first hearing. I talked about the amplification of all the people that are running around to sound amplifies whatever. This dude broke the fucking math down. It was awesome. I know. Hey, my laptop is somewhere on the kitchen counter. Can you bring it to me, please? Thank you.
He said, "Please."
Yes, I did.
He knows he's already tested his limits.
Especially with the T.
You can't ignore this joke. Yes, I can. I
He's
can.
going to be sitting there next to me. The laptop's going to hit him in the back of the head. Bap.
It better not. That's my new laptop.
You won't mind. You'll be
All the more reason to test it.
Give me my laptop, please.
Hey, Ange, how's mute?
Reader's asking how's mute.
Shoot up quickly, huh?
Oh yeah, she ran, dude. That was perfect. You should have said that. Sooner.
Make sure you had the laptop in hand first.
Yeah, I know, right? So when this whole thing kicked off, Juan, this is the part I love. Holy shit. Juan gets to talk, right? They have their lawyer. I think the lawyer talked first, then Juan talked. I didn't care about the lawyer talking. I cared about Juan because as soon as Juan started talking, he started doing his preacher stuff, which I ignored until I heard Abraham Lincoln. I said, "Wait, what?" My head snapped up, and I looked over. I was like, "Did he just say it?" And he said it again, Abraham Lincoln. I'm like, why is he talking about Abraham Lincoln? Then I started paying attention to what he was saying. He was literally talking about the Civil War rights of Juan. This is Juan Sr., and
Juan.
He starts talking about Abraham Lincoln and our founding fathers and about property rights and communists and everything else. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Is he literally talking about the Civil War and Abraham Lincoln for his airsoft field? Does he not know that this shit did not exist back then? I mean, I literally stopped and I was like, the hell am I listening to? And then, because I'm going to pull this up, and I'm literally going to pull that thing up where he starts talking about Abe Lincoln, because I don't think people are going to believe me until they see it for themselves.
Well, you can't make that shit up if you tried.
That's how they trained back in the Revolutionary War. Just musket loading BBs. Like,
I think the whole outcome may have been just a little bit different with that. Maybe less casualties. I don't know. They still didn't have like good iPro back then.
So it's like, holy crap. This dude's talking about the Civil War. This dude's talking about Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, a Republican. I'm like, what does this have to do with airsoft? So he gets off. Alcira stands up. And when she starts talking, first thing she starts talking about is the character of them and how, they're always about family first, blah, 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 about how God is their guiding factor, blah, blah, blah. For people that are so heavily into God, it's very confusing to me about how much they have somebody, because, Christians, isn't love thy neighbor a major tenet of Christianity? Just saying. Least judge not, lest ye be judged. That's the most political stuff that's the most religious shit we're going to have on the stream. Unless we're talking about the wands, the Alceros.
Been a cherry tree. I was right before he fought the vampires.
Mr. OT's my hero.
So she starts talking. She starts talking about the character of my father and everything else. How that he's a convicted felon because the property he purchased, he backfilled in. What she conveniently forgot to mention was he was dumping toxic shit inside the fill that he was putting in. That's why he was a convicted felon. If I remember correctly, it was car batteries. Don't quote me on it. Don't worry. I'll put the article up later.
Isn't that the start to an Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen movie?
Is
that a Men at Work?
Like Men at Work? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking.
It's not a bad film.
Wasn't it Garbage Man?
There is no. It was Men at Work. It was Men at Work.
Men at Work.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Emilio.
So she starts talking. She starts talking about the noise, and God, this one got me. I started shaking my head as soon as she started saying it. I have a dream. I have 4 little children. One that live in a nation within. I have to be judged by the color of the skin, but by the content of the Pelican case.
Stupid rocks again.
So she goes. The only sound, because they were complaining about the sounds. Like she started saying myth or falsehood that there's a lot of sound on there. She goes, airsoft guns only make sound at the gearbox. Now, literally, if you go to raptorairsoft.com, go to Q&A and click their video, that's the same thing she says in that video. She also says in that video, what she said at the meeting, is that biodegradable BBs degrade in 2 to 6 months or 4 to 6 months. She said in the video on the Raptor Q&A that the BBs wash away. That's not how biodegradable BBs work. Okay?
They wash away just like your sins.
So, mind you, she does that. She says this while she shoots into a pond on the property. All right, so
fish floats up.
BBs don't float up. They don't float.
No, the fish. Give a man an airsoft gun.
The 2-headed fish with the 8 eyes.
Because we're almost done with this, then I'm going to open up to the overall discussion, and I'm trying to get through this as fast as I can. But I know there's a lot of information for you all. But goddamn, Stu. So she goes. She says that that it just disappears, it just goes away 4 to 6 months, whatever. And she did a bunch of other platitudes in that they don't shoot, the guns don't do that far. And they finally called her off. They bring up Cecil. Cecil has this thing, and Cecil brings me on to the expert witness. I swear to God, here's the speech that I was going to say.
Jeez, were you pulling out a scroll?
He was prepared.
I was actually
hell yeah.
I was actually prepared. My speech was actually 2 pages long. So I was supposed to say, my name is Mark Stearns. I run Screech Dragon Studios. Players wanted Airsoft as a content creator, and players wanted event as event promoters and producer. As an Airsoft player, content creator, and event producer, I want to express how unusual it is for someone like me to speak out against an Airsoft field. Now, I did say that, and I love how you tried to do that while I was reading down, sir. Fuck you. That's 4. So it is. I want to really express how odd it is that one of us would actually speak out against a field. And I was trying to impart this upon the committee. I said, look, as a producer, as a player, as a content creator, I want to tell each and every one of you that
school.
Expert.
And expert, yes. That we don't do this because we don't want government inside of our airsoft. I said we don't want the eyes on it. We want to only do it. In fact, I was just in Ohio helping with the grand opening of MK Airsoft's Willard location. So I gave a plug to MK Airsoft. I said, but it's a matter of being a good neighbor. I said, and I swear to God, if I find the video, I will clip it. I'll clip my section so you guys can see me just shaking my goddamn head saying this going to be exactly what Stu and the rest of you assholes are doing. Expert.
My gun, my choice.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
That definitely sounds like a Florida billboard.
State Farm is there.
My gun, my choice.
So I start off because what she said actually threw off my entire cadence because I had to address the falsehoods that she said in her statement. She said that their sound was only at the gearbox. And I said, look, for some airsoft guns, that is definitely the case. The sound is at the gearbox. But when you do something with high-powered air, some of them
or
only
GBLS or glass bowl black.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned GBLS. I think I did, but I said that HPA guns they go. It's real light. It's quiet. However, what she's not taking into account is other airsoft guns that are extraordinarily loud, like a G&G ARP-9 or ARP-556, the most popular SMGs in the nation right now. Those have amplifiers on the end of them, and they're extremely loud. Some of them have been clocked at 110 decibels when they're right by it in some of the stronger springs. So, God damn it, fuck you all.
Joker Airsoft expert. There you go. That's awesome. No more plugger players wanted. I got to rebrand again for the third time.
That's good shit.
Raptor Airsoft gives out bands like Open Gazelle Cars. So I said, let's talk about noise for a little bit. These guns they're heavily amplified. They have a lot of noise. So some are definitely louder than others. I think I did mention gas blowback stuff, but there's other guns like I have one that goes on top of one of my vehicles that sounds just like a loud, like a real gun. And let's go to the part 2 of that, which is airsoft grenades. Now, there's several different categories. One of them is it's called an EG67, although recently they have been banned by the ATF. Some are still in circulation. You pull the pin, it starts a little primer. You throw it, it explodes, it makes a report. I was like, they have another one that uses, and this is where I started getting the attention of a lot of the county commissioners. I said there's another one that uses a 22 blank cartridge, that you use for ram sets. These are called Bang 22s. You put them inside, you pull the pin, you throw, they either impact down or they go out, they make a loud boom, they're good. A third type is called Thunder Vs. They're a CO2 cartridge inside of a canister that you screw a plastic tube on. You pull the pin, you throw it, and it's not like putting dry ice and water inside of a soda bottle.
Stu. That's kerplop.
And sealing it off and throwing it. I called it poor man fireworks. And then you see some of them doing this with their head, shaking their head.
Yeah,
I was like,
the
reason why I mentioned all those is that they're over 120 decibels. They're all rated over 120 decibels, so they're extremely loud. And Mr. Chin, who was the gentleman that did the sound things earlier, gave us great math breakdown. Showed up what happened. What happens when you have multiple of those go off at once? You have the sound amplification and everything else, so that carries everywhere.
Echo,
The Thunder Vs are not technically considered pyro because there's no pyrotechnics involved, but they're still loud, right? And I was like, and there's a third factor that Alcira Raptor just glanced all the way past. The third loud thing on the airsoft field, which should be the most obvious, is us, the players. We're screaming, we're yelling, go, 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 hit, hit, hit. Enemies over there, targets over there, go, I'm hit, and others.
Wiener, stop touching me.
That happened one time. Quit that.
Dude, Wiener, you are so glad you're not in there because I would have said something along those lines to get the laugh out of the thing. So
if I was thin, I would have come.
I'm leaving that alone.
So I said, in the last time that we were here, they made some claims.
Okay, I'm back. That's what she said.
About that they can only shoot 100 feet. And now that I have more time than 3 minutes to explain with airsoft guns, the most average airsoft gun shoots at least 200 feet, roughly 2 to 250 feet. But a lot of airsoft players, like myself, have a lot of upgraded guns. And I said I have a lot of buddies that have guns that do the same thing. They shoot more than 300 feet. I did not mention D-Hop barrel because I was not about to do that out there. Best rubber bike guns ever had. So I explained that, 100-foot buffer, it just punches right through all that. And I was like, and then you have the safety factor that's there as well. You have safety is the number one priority. And I stumbled all over the safety aspect because I lost myself in my script. And I was trying to find it again. And I was like, son of a bitch, get back on point. It's as if Wiener was right there with me. So finally, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go right back to it. I said, the owners of Raptor Airsoft spent a large portion of their time in business violating a lot of the tenets that should be followed, not only airsoft field, but any business. Little 3 years ago, we're gathered here to talk about whether or not Raptor should be allowed to open under conditional use or be permanently closed. During here, one of the owners, Alicia, stood up and lied to commissioners about multiple points about how airsoft works. Not surprising, they had operated illegally for years. During that hearing, you were given a conditional use permit on the site with several conditions that need to be met. If it would ask the property has been inspected, if any of those standards have been met up to, including the vegetated protective berm. I was also pointing out that one of the conditions was to put into place the mandate for biodegradable BBs. After the meeting with Raptor Airsoft, what Raptor Airsoft began to do was force players to purchase BBs from Raptor, claiming that the county commissioners forced Raptor to force the players to purchase BBs from Raptor. This was false. Raptor Airsoft lied and blamed the county commissioners for players having to spend more money on low-quality BBs. And there's several different types of BBs. They've categorically lied about how long it takes. HPA, high-powered airsoft, their BBs, some of the best in the industry, take 4 to 2 years to degrade, 4 months to 2 years to degrade, depending on conditions. Elite Force is 6 months from 2 years. But that's not what they have. They have a branded BB, which is actually from lesser quality vendors, which probably take far longer. But also those bio BBs have a different condition to them.
And they came from a sweatshop.
I should have brought that. I should have said, when they talk about communism and socialism, they buy all their shit from China. Anyways.
Oh, you missed your opportunity.
That it has to be composted in order to break down. Meanwhile, they're shooting BBs into their lakes, their ponds on the property, all over the place. The animals, those microplastics are going into the water supply that's right above one of the largest aquifers in Florida.
They're making Ninja Turtles. They're not funny.
On top of all the birds that eat the plastics they can't pass, they don't digest,
all the turtles,
they die.
All their fish are constipated.
Fuck you all. I swear to God, this shit is not going to go away anytime soon.
Oh, Stu. Yes. That's exactly what's happening.
Oh, God. So... So the county commissioners, and then I told the county commissioners about the whole comment about. I went over the list of stuff that was there about how and they lied about 2021 when they said that they had new ownership. I said going all the way back to 2020, where they were going to keep themselves open and got pissed off because of COVID, even though they were warned. These are all shows that are bad actors. Airsoft is a game of honor, integrity, and respect. And if you don't have those qualities, it's gonna really negatively affect the business. And that's what we see here now. They have none of that. They have been misled this.
For tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
Hi, Mom.
I have 2 dads.
Wow. So.
Oh God, that hurt my head.
So I was given the opportunity to speak. I spoke. I sat down. I got death glares the entire time. The other Miss Murphy got up a chance to talk, and then ultimately, when all that ended, they started the thing open for public speaking. For the rest of the public talk, those are the guys that get 3 minutes. Well, halfway through, one of the county commissioners had to leave. Which before she goes, "Look, I have to talk to everybody. I have to leave, but I want to give my thoughts on this before I leave. Give my opinion of what I would say. I would be voting against this. However, I'm very disappointed in the way that there was some vitriol between both sides, as if she goes, I don't understand why it was necessary to mention COVID-19. It seems very stalkery behavior. I was like, I was like sitting there like I said it's like this. I was like, oh, somebody's getting an email tomorrow. Because I wasn't on their page that I was stalking. I was on Florida Airsoft doing some just reading Facebook and saw these guys go there and tried to notify them that this was going through. So I was like, oh, you want to go that way? Okay. There was a lot of shit that was being slung by Alcira towards the residents and the residents towards Alcira. My jabs were pretty much, I literally went after them for, I was like, towards the end of my statement, I said, look, what they're planning to do with this county commission is what they did last time. They want to knock down, they want to throw everything up in the world, and they want you guys to give them some compromises that are here. I highly advise they don't want to do that, that you don't do that. They're attacking the community of anybody that talks bad against them. And I really don't want to read the fucking chat right now because I don't want to be any more distracted.
No, don't worry about it.
Bad goal.
He's reading it.
God, I love the chat though. Man, I love it. Makes my Tuesday every week. I love you guys. Yeah, I tell you what.
Our fans are awesome.
The problem is I had it. It was right there, the last little thing that I was saying to them, and I lost it. Yeah, okay. I know what it was. I was like, anytime that Raptor Airsoft is challenged, they attack the person saying that they're racist against persons of color, which they've leveled at me. But I have 2 grandchildren that are half Cuban. A son-in-law that I love dearly. I have a son-in-law that's a member of the family that's half Cuban. Some of my teammates that are my adopted children are persons of color and also Cuban. This isn't about race. This is all a matter of bad actors inside of a community that need to be stopped. This is a commercial business that caters to a recreational sport that's performing inside of a residential area. You should deny it and go on. So they got a chance to rebut. Their rebuttals were bullshit. The lawyer that they hired started bypassed everything, blew over the BioBB thing. It really is funny to watch him just go all around the complaints that were actually there. And then it came time for the county commissioners to vote. Every single one of them say the same thing, except for the one guy that stayed quiet. Though all 3 others that decided to talk, those guys are like, I really didn't like the back and forth, but I'm going to motion to deny. But I'm going to wait till everybody else's comments are in. The other guy goes, I don't like the way everybody was talking to each other, but I'm going to do a motion to deny. Okay, motion set. It would have been unanimous. All 5 would have said no, because they're trying to do. So that is the thing of Raptor Airsoft. Now, I've been banned a 5th time. Yeah, 5-timer club.
This time you're done in front of a commission.
That's got to be worth extra points.
Hey, look, I'm
Just
just
saying.
saying, Saturday Night Live has a 5-timers club. I think if you're banned
Achievement unlocked.
5 times, there needs to be a club for Raptor as well.
You need a
So,
plaque.
yeah.
At least a trophy.
So
I mean,
that was like the entire
Something.
saga all in one. Don't you do it?
We
you
can't
It's a white
see it.
screen.
You
That's great.
can't see it. Ah, there it is. Ah.
So with that being said,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
and being banned 5 times means I'm an expert at being banned. How about that? Good. There we go. Ryan Freeman said the same
Right.
thing. All right. So that's what happened today. And then I drove all the way home, and I realized by the time I left, because there was delays and all that, I was like, "Fuck, I'm not gonna be home until 7:30." So all right. What are your all's thoughts? I mean, do you guys have anything to add to it, or is like you handled everything?
Oh man, that was a long story.
I had to get some caffeine real quick.
I went through a whole diet Mountain Dew.
I think I
Well,
fell asleep and
so-
Through 2 beers
smashed
and
my
a glass
patch.
of water.
The sticker
You
stuck
know-
to my nose.
It's one of those things, right? When you've got airsoft, right? And I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent for a second. So,
No,
you
please
know,
no.
for those that know me, I love airsoft. I travel all over. I play all over. I love everything airsoft. And when a Joker called me up and mentioned about this hearing, the very first thing I said was, "Oh God, I hope they don't allow this." Now, coming from somebody who I've only had a few interactions with them, one was very brief and resulted in a ban. You know, and those who know me personally, like I love everybody, right? Like, I mean, it is what it is. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I'm easygoing, and I think everybody here on this board has had interactions with me and know who I am. Like, I'm that kind of person. So,
Who are you?
He's a good guy. He's a real good guy.
Sometimes.
Legend
my
Sound
guy.
Mine.
He's one of my Steves. He's one of my Steves.
What are
So,
you
right.
guys-
So,
One of my Steves.
so you know,
Got a couple.
I have some very strong opinions about certain things, and I mainly keep to myself. But when it came to this particular field and the one experience I did have, the really sad part about it is I actually had a blast at the event, and the field was actually a good field for the places that we played. We had a lot of fun, and that was up at Northern Watch. And it's actually one of my favorite games that I've ever been on. You know, I had Airsoft Junkies Humvee try to take my head off with a couple of tagging rounds, which was a memorable. That was the same time that we cracked the windshield of one of DV8's Humvees. That was the same time. So, you know, a lot of memorable times at that one game, and yeah, I had a blast. I just, you know, with the way that they come at the sport and the way that they push things on this community, they're not about the sport. They're not about the community. And it's very obvious in their decision making. And it's very obvious with the way that they talk to their clients. And you know, it's super frustrating, right? Because we're such a small group of people, and it would be, you know, it's a shame that we have to do this to a field, but at the same token, right? Like if you've ever been there and had an interaction with some of their staff or you know, their upper management, we'll go with, you'll understand why. And so again, I'm not the kind of person that likes to go out and shame people or do anything like that. But I totally can understand where this came from, not just from Joker's perspective, but you know, where there are other people definitely within this small community that we do have, where a lot of people would probably feel the same. So it's crappy, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah, they if they just didn't do all the hostile stuff, I mean, the preaching, like you get a sermon at lunchtime on their game days. It's actually a lot of the things that's in almost every single review, and people hate it. The only reason why the reviews are so high, and it's in some of the other reviews, is because they bribe people with raffle tickets to leave a 5-star positive review on Google. Anybody else they ban. So, 1 second.
Yeah, you can't give them constructive criticism and expect not to get banned.
Yeah, and you know
Not how you
the
run a
field
business.
is their field is okay. I mean, honestly, Black Tiger Airsoft is 100 times better than their field.
You hang out with us, Smurf, so you're definitely banned again. by association.
Yeah.
They've got a running
Yeah.
list of people in this chat.
Right now, they've written all the names down.
The
I'm
funny
gonna
thing
get
is-
But I would
son
say
of a
about
bitch.
90% have already been banned.
That's not untrue either. That's the scary thing about it, right?
Oh yeah, it's guilt by
Um,
association.
So it's like people know
Woo,
that
I'm banned too.
if you ask, well, what are the? I mean, we don't talk negatively that often on this stream about, especially event hosts, site
Good job, Doc.
fields,
Good job.
or stores.
Way to,
We
way to
usually
screw
keep it
that all
down,
up.
even if we have some big major things, unless something new comes out that we report on. Which this today is reporting on Raptor. We gave you guys a lot of backstory to get to what happened today.
A lot of backstory.
Yeah, I know, but and that's the funny thing is there's like so much stuff that we miss too. That's the funny thing, right? I'm sure that I'm going to get messages tomorrow. Hey, you forgot this, you forgot that, But it's like, oh
There's
yeah,
so much
take
out
it.
there.
That was one of them.
Thank you, Will.
A kid shows up, and they pay, and then they banned him. And didn't give him his money back. They banned him before he even immediately took his money and then banned him.
Was he listening to the rock and roll?
No, they saw the patch on his shoulder
No.
from one of the teams they banned, and he goes, "But I'm not even part of their team. I just have their patch. Why are you banning me? I have nothing to do with them. What the hell? Give me my money back."
Stu, the best alias you could use is Richard Wiener. I've been using that one for a while. Feel free. Whatever the date of birth you use, the year should be like 1950 something.
No.
Listen to Alcira say that her father was a street preacher in 2008
good
because
with
of the housing crisis was absolutely. I'm like, really? So that's that's your justification for being an asshole is the housing crisis? Are you kidding me? And they really were saying that their rights were more important than the rights of their neighbors that have been there beforehand. So wow. So he must purchase their band ticket. it's your band package. Yeah. Do you want to be banned now or a little bit later on? Oh, we'll just do it right now. We'll get it out of the way.
Let's get them through the safety briefing first, and then ban them.
Then ban them.
I don't even think there is one.
Hey, register, get in.
I think the safety brief is the sermon.
It might be.
I could be wrong.
I don't remember there being a safety brief. No, I don't.
The safety brief there. No, remember, Juan came on for the safety brief and started berating Democrats and the atheists and saying if you're a goddamn liberal, get off my field right now before I shoot you and shit.
I remember him saying that. Yep.
Yeah, and then the funny thing was, everybody that I was running with at the time, all their heads snapped at me. I was like, "Thanks for fucking out of me, assholes!" Fuck up.
That guy right there. That's him.
It's like, oh, man, it was a safety sermon. That's exactly
Safety sermon.
I have never seen I've been all across it. I've been all across up and down the East Coast in the center part of east of the
Western.
Mississippi.
Western United States, Central United States.
Central,
Yeah.
Southwest, whatever. East of the Mississippi, I've been up and down. I've seen some crazy field owners before, like Gold Eagle Airsoft in Atlanta. Holy shit! You want to talk about the Wild Wild West? See, Justin knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
that place is cray cray.
I was not intoxicated enough for that.
Yeah,
but there was a whole thing
it's the
where
right version of the Bible.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
we pre-gamed before we got in there, and
I think they
then we
keep
went
saying-
to medieval times right after that.
they think they keep saying we put our faith in. They spell out Jesus, but I don't think they mean Jesus. I think they mean Jesus.
Was
I
that
really
supposed
do.
to be a joke?
Because what they're preaching isn't what Jesus
Pretty
preached.
racist.
That's okay. I got one. I did that when I worked on podcasts.
Got one in. Got one in.
Is Jesus there? Who? Is Jesus there? Huh? He owes us. He hasn't returned this movie for a long time. Jesus? Jesus is here? Yeah, is Jesus there? Oh my god, oh my god. Yo, Mark, that's Jesus. That's Jesus. That's Jesus. Oh shit.
My bad.
19 years old in Blockbuster. That shit actually happened.
Is that when you worked in the movie movie
Blockbuster. Now I worked at
Blockbuster?
Blockbuster.
Yep.
I was trying to get movies back. Oh god, I lived
Jesus
that
would
shit
get it.
down for a while.
Oh, you get it. Oh.
For the reason. Does anybody else have, I mean, Justin's like the only one who really doesn't have too much to add because
Well-
he hasn't been there.
And without being there or anything like that, obviously I'm going off everybody else's stories, but just again, I'm in a job where I'm not
Yeah.
permitted to have an opinion on certain things like that publicly or anything like that, as far as extreme to either way or anything. So, but I'm like Steve, like I don't care who you are, as long as you're cool and you're cool with me, I can be cool with you. You know what I'm saying?
Let's play.
Yeah, let's play a game.
Let's play.
He died for our.
Mark's dying for our sins.
Damn it. Anyway, Hey, you can do the Heimlich maneuver to yourself. Oh wait, you can't call it that anymore.
And just come save him.
Get your medical alert bracelet. But for any type
I
of
inhaled rice the wrong way, guys. Oh my god, that was great. So,
It's supposed to be through your mouth, not through your nose.
Pat him on the back. Pat him on the back. But for anybody in this this sport, field owner, game producer, anything like that, you have to push whatever your opinions or beliefs and all that stuff. You can still have those.
Leave that
That's
at
fine.
home at the back burner. Yeah.
Leave that at home in the back burner because you are selling a product. You're selling a venue. You're selling an event to the masses, which is America, where everybody. You have to accept everybody.
Well, Mark said he'd ban me if I showed up in my Trump costume.
Does it fit anymore?
No.
That's
That's
the best part.
then you're cosplay accurate then. Do you have tiny hands at least?
I do.
So, what do you have to say about the whole fiasco?
Okay, so I was involved with, I was a big chunk of Doomsday Airsoft towards the end.
Big
there.
chunk. It's a big chunk.
Big chunk. Not as big as I am now, but big chunk.
No, you're bigger. No, you're bigger now than you were then.
What the hell's going on? It's 7-8. Anyways, politics. So no, I went there for the very first time about a year before I even got heavily involved with Doomsday, and when I got there, I got the impression that this is a nice field, but who's this guy? And then at lunchtime, I was like, "Oh my god, I cannot handle it."
We'll talk numbers.
But I had the field is awesome. Don't get me wrong. You have a great time out of the field, but if you could end up staying away from, the owners, you'll do good out there. I mean, even some of the back then, the admins and stuff like that, they weren't following rules.
Yes.
They'll take it.
Hey, listen, Stu. That Facebook Marketplace ad for him, it's as is. Sorry, buddy.
Sorry. Yep. Yep. Just bring the blue pills. We'll be all right. So, anyways.
Hey, Ashley, hey, look, Steve, you and Wiener are sharing a room, man.
Steve ain't got
Did
a
Wiener
finger
tell you?
ring.
I'm a great
my
big
type.
spoon.
I'm about to say, did Wiener
His
tell
beard's
you
not
that
big enough. His beard's
they-
not big enough.
in the cruise?
Look at
that
Mr. OT's.
They only have
comment.
king-size mattresses left, so you guys are going to have to be spooning the entire time?
I radiate heat too. I'm just saying.
I'll keep the room
Don't worry,
super
Mr. OT. About the time you hit 30 is when the beard fully comes in.
Yeah.
Who, me?
No, Mr. OT.
Oh.
I'm still trying to get the milk. I'm in line. I'll be back.
So as you're saying, Wiener?
Make it more in cords. What are you talking about, Mr. Meadows? You never had them before, as you can tell.
Edward, the only thing those blue pills do is keep Wiener from rolling out of bed at night.
That is correct. I got a
Kickstand.
kickstand. We're good. Wow. Oh my God. Anyways, back to the field.
Yeah.
Squirrel. So the field was awesome.
Thank you, my son.
I didn't like the owner. That was the very first time I went there. We had a great time. There was a group of us who went from I forget who was all there, but there was about 10 of us that showed up. Well, by the time before we even got home, one of them was already banned because they complained about the preaching and the at lunchtime, and you had to pay attention. Okay, there was no not paying attention because all eyes up here, type of thing. You need to pay attention to what I'm saying because I'm speaking the truth. And I was just like, I was cringing, and I wouldn't look up them. But anyways, when we got done there and left, find out some people were banned and stuff like that. I had no plans on going back there if they were still going to be the owners, and I heard rumors that they possibly wouldn't be the owners anymore. But I never went back. Then when it came time for a Northern Watch, we got the message on where it was going to be at, and my first question was, who decided that? Who talked to everybody else to let us know that that's where you're going to have it at? Because majority of us were like, no, we did not. Why are we going there to have this Northern Watch? So I went along, which was fine. It worked out. At the very beginning, it was good. Then it just got crazy from there. There were a lot of things asked to Doomsday, like they were prepping to start running their own events and use everything that we brought up there. They were watching closely what we were doing, how the money was coming in, how we were checking in everybody, every little thing. And then, like I said, it was good for about the first day. Then when it came time for that evening or whatever it was, that's when more money was asked for, type of thing. So it was just, it was already a bad taste in my stomach before we even got there. And then other little things happened, and then I actually wasn't involved with a lot of the stuff that happened afterwards. I didn't even know that went on. That was before I even got to know Mark. I always knew Mark as a big jerk before that. I mean, still a big jerk now, but
About to say before.
Yeah. Now I can tolerate him.
You're the word there is no milk.
But anyways, that was back then. So that was way back then.
Yeah, and now you're like sleeping at my house and shit.
That's
and,
correct. Sleeping in the house, and not in bed.
You ain't want to stop talking shit until after we have brisket. I'm just saying. I have cooking
I'll
for
bring
you
my
in
own
like
brisket.
3 days, 4 days.
I'll bring my own brisket.
Oh,
That shit ain't allowed in my house. Fuck off. That's
But
7.
anyways, no. So it's just they had the opportunity to be a good voice in the community, and they went completely 180 from that direction there. And I cannot, there's still people like to go there. That's fine. That's their choice. I'm not gonna say don't. I'm not gonna say don't go there, but I will give you the heads up about when you go there. Yes, I am.
I will
an expert.
tell you,
Thank I'm
don't go
old.
there.
Most old people are experts. Thank you.
Don't go there.
He'll say don't go there. I'll say go try it out. I mean, see what you can
coming
possibly
back.
find is the worst. Then come over to my event on January 19th and 20th. That's Black Tiger Airsoft.
But here's the thing.
I mean, you're way past the age where I don't have to pay child support if I show
That's
back
right.
up at this point, Will. So, and by the way, your granddad's in here too. Look, that's Peepaw.
No, Papa Wiener. Get it straight. Papa Wiener.
You want a Papa Wiener? You nasty. Don't say that on live.
Operation Cannonball Run. That's right, Mr. Reese, sir.
Yes.
January 19th and 20th at Black Tiger Airsoft.
There's the real Papa.
There is
Yay,
so many
Papa.
other places that you can go to where you can experience great gameplay and better fields. In Florida, right? You could go to Wasteland Ops and have a better experience than at Raptor Airsoft.
Yes.
You could go to Wayne's World of Paintball, which I would recommend, with Warzone. Put that in the fridge, please. And have a phenomenal day at Airsoft. You could make the trip.
Edward.
Now, depending on where you're coming from, it might even be closer to you. But you make a little bit more of a trip and go to Black Tiger Airsoft. Not just on January 19th through 20th for Cannonball Run, but regularly you can go there. There's CIA in Tampa. There is Mr. Gregory Reese's Dead End Outfitters every other weekend at Big St. James City and Big Pine Island.
Pine Island, yes.
Pine Island, Florida. I don't know the address there, man.
Wayne's World of Paintball on weekend of March 24th.
That too. There's a lot of places that you could go. What's the other place that's over there, Wiener, that's opening up? That's by you.
Oh, the Extreme Airsoft and Paintball, or Paintball and Airsoft.
It's a lot of extremes.
The Villages Circle of St. James City, Florida.
You come a little further north. I mean, there's Big Indian Paintball in Georgia.
Which is
You
an
go
awesome
further
field, by
north
the
to
way.
Battalion.
I will vouch for that. Great field up in there in Big Indian Paintball up in Perry, Georgia.
You can go south to Miami Airsoft. There's so many places that you can make a day of airsoft. No, it isn't. Hell, this is going to shock everybody here because of my stance on it. You'd have a better day at airsoft at fucking Matrix than at Raptor Airsoft.
That's it.
I rate them so low that shit field with that shit player base ranks higher than Raptor Airsoft. And everybody else on the stream's like, "Oh fuck, you went there." There's so many different places in Florida you can play that you don't need to go to Raptor Airsoft. You don't need to be preached to. You don't need to go to and really the field's not that great.
I know there's others. You got what is the Holy Cows Airsoft in Tampa? You got
That's in Newport Richie,
Newport Richie, and then what's the
which
other
is
one that
about
opened up over there?
Yeah, you got
Airsoft. Gulf
there's
Airsoft. Pandemic has a field up in the Panhandle.
yeah, there's Gulf Coast had just opened up, but I guess this weekend's their last weekend. They're about to reopen another field. I guess they had some landlord.
Correct?
Yeah,
CIA.
I already said CIA.
Yep.
Isn't there another one in Orlando now too, like a speed soft field?
In Atlanta?
In Orlando?
No, in Orlando. There's someplace in Orlando.
No, but we also over in Cocoa. You got even though you don't have a field yet, it's combat.
I didn't say it's playable. I said you have a better experience than Raptor.
Well, you have a better experience at the store too over there too. When you go to DEO, which is down on the west coast of Florida.
Outdoor Extreme, that's one of them. Outdoor Extreme was another one.
The Kroger.
Or you go to Europe, go to that field I just showed to all you guys.
Hell, you can go to
Largest indoor
somebody's
field.
You can go do some backyard games and have a better experience than Raptor Airsoft. I mean, look.
Old Guerrilla Games.
So, yeah, if you guys really want to do a trip, which is going to be a subject for next week, I didn't want to bring them in and have it go on this week. I cannot wait to talk about. You want to talk about the big shift?
Outdoor Extreme, yep.
The big shift that I did on Saturday. I flew all the way. Well, on Thursday of last week, I flew all the way up to Ohio.
I thought he said big shit.
Shut
That's what I heard. Did you hear that, Steve? That's what I heard.
I went to Willard, Ohio for MK Airsoft's newest field, Willard opening, and that field is phenomenal. I was there to help support it, getting up there. You're going to go to York, bitches. That's right. We're going to go to Europe.
That's right.
Pissed off lions.
EMR New Milford. That's actually really one. Command Decisions. All right. So that one. Look, the field.
There's a story.
Well, no, Command Decisions. If you're only in one section, it's fine. It's when you move from that section that sucks because you're dealing with nothing but elevation.
Oh, that's where they do fold gap, right?
Yeah, fold gap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You are going up, 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 or down, down, down. There is no level. And we just
I like how Tom's spending my money.
Yeah, I know, right? Actually, I do have an
have.
open invitation from the two players on my team that are from Denmark. They want us to go over there pretty good. They want us to go over there, so I might actually make that happen. We need to go to Denmark.
Okay, let's go. I got my passport. We're good.
So do I.
Getting mine again.
So, does anybody else have anything else to say before we wrap this up? Because
I appreciate you inviting me on.
Oh, we appreciate having you on, Mr. Ash.
Breathing hard.
That's you breathing hard, sir. I have a passport. Take me with you. Look. Here's the thing that comes up with a lot of this. So this was what we'll end on, like the positives, right? The cruise became a thing because I turned around to Wiener and a couple others said, "What do y'all think about going on a cruise? To do what? We're a bunch of airsofters. To do see if we can do airsoft in the Bahamas. If not, whatever. We'll just go on a cruise and hang out and bullshit and have a good time." That's now spawned into a second year. This is a second year odyssey, and I'm already planning for 2025. So those details would drop probably next month for 2025. We're going back on a silhouette. We just got to make sure the dates are the right. More like it's going to be a 3-day cruise, not a 4-day cruise, only because people want it on the weekends. So I have to give them that much time.
Just imagine this stream on steroids on the cruise.
Oh my God, it is. I don't know how the new cruise is going to take us because I think the new cruise has
rules.
It's not Walmart pricing. How about that? It's a little bit higher than Walmart pricing. So, and we come in with somewhat of a Walmart mentality, like Target, like just above Walmart, but just below Target mentality.
I'm more a Kmart kind of guy.
Yeah, Steve, quit lying. You know me and you both from Dollar General.
Anybody that is going to the game that's at Immokalee this weekend, you know who you are, and you're going down the west coast. make sure you stop off at Dead End Outfitters. They got restocked. They got everything that you need
AKA
for your
Flash.
PC pleasure at Dead End Outfitters of Cape Coral.
Stu,
It's-
oh
it's
no, are
something
we
of-
the poor?
Yeah.
I'm not saying Stu's the poor. I'm just saying that, look, we got on that cruise ship. The first thing Sarah goes, ooh, jewelry, and walks full force into a glass
door.
fucking door.
Well, at least that way,
What's this idiot do?
at
I
least you know the
turned
door
to
was
all the
clean.
black people that are looking at this white woman that is just
Smashed
ricocheted
her
off the
face
door,
and
and I
lost.
said, white people, they lost their shit. They died. They thought it was the funniest thing out there.
I need some assistance
We had
finding tickets for this weekend.
at my house. This is a bulkhead door handle that came off. Now,
Cruise ship. Don't say what it was.
I don't give a shit. Statute of limitations is far from over.
You think?
Look, yeah. So Sarah was the first one to take a doorknob off, and she didn't mean to do it on purpose. She went to turn it and pulled to go to our stateroom because we had the bougie room, and it came off in her hand like this, and I'm like, oh shit. Of course, Seb at that point decided to walk through to see how many he could take home with him. He got home 4. I had a strong feeling that we might be visiting Seb, Emma, Christian in the brig during the cruise.
If I could throw this out there, I'm looking for a ticket for the event. I might swing in Southern Watch this weekend.
We'll talk about it after the stream.
Don't get off.
You said the name of the show. The face print Sarah had there was left there for 2 whole days.
We'd go by it.
That
walk by, it
was
was still there.
hilarious.
I think they did that on purpose too to show.
No, I think what it was, and look, I'll say the woman that the women that worked at boutique,
Yeah, they were a little short.
were like 5 foot tall Asian women. Thailand, they're from Thailand, so I don't think they looked that high up to see the 6 foot the 6 foot tall
Sarah's
Amazon
an
face
Amazon.
print.
Amazonian.
There's a whole fence.
Cleaning it like this.
They finally cleaned it, but that ship, oh man, that ship was, there was some ratchet behavior on that ship. They closed down all the bars except for 2 and wondered why people got so rowdy. They were pissed off because they couldn't get to the drinks.
And they didn't have mudslides on the ship.
Only 5.
But we did verify it definitely has mudslides this time.
Yes, the ship has mudslides. My last, and actually, I'm not gonna. It's not all of Carnival because I went on the Carnival Mardi Gras and had the time of my life on that one, and they had mudslides on that ship. So Carnival has good ships. It's just for some reason we had the ratchet ship.
Well, one of the things that we took into account was that the point of all this was that I was taking into account people's budgets when we went this. So people asked me to go cheap, I went cheap.
Oh, did he ever?
That fucking mistake again. But the point being is that if people want to do something, I have no problem setting up logistics to get it done.
Because he's an expert.
He's the expert.
Oh.
He needs to put that in his name title too. Joker, the
A
expert.
name tag that says Joker, expert.
He needs a patch. Expert.
You can get that off Amazon.
What's
everybody buying one?
To make it up.
I was about to say, he's going to have on-the-go surplus. Awesome. By the way, if you guys want
Yes.
custom patches, go to on-the-go surplus. He's going to get them to make it. I will not be surprised.
Custom singular patches and things like that. If you want,
Custom
if you need
singular
in
patches.
bulk,
Oh, did we lose him?
Oh,
No.
oh,
I'm
did
here.
it stop?
Make sure you tack
Oh,
it.
there it goes. Whoa.
You know what he looked like?
He's an angry little expert.
You know what he looked
He ain't
like? He
little.
looked like the Gungan King from episode 1 of The Phantom Menace. Star
I
Wars
can do that.
episode 1.
Oh,
Hey, y'all going to a Star Wars LARP, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. Oh, I am
That's
at
it.
least. I don't know if
What
he
is
is.
when is that?
I mean, you already know what he's going to be.
It's right after your event.
Oh, the one. God. I'll be gone
You know,
for-
that one that you're hosting
Yeah.
with
I gotta check with the boss, make sure I can go.
Gay turtle patches. God damn it. You know this.
that's going to happen.
That is going to happen. I'll get a
You
design.
need to
I'll
send
get
that
it
to you top. The
Oh, no.
one you did.
Oh, you already sent it to him?
No, you need to send it to top.
Oh, yeah.
I'll send it to me. I'll go ahead and get the patches ordered.
Yeah.
The one that yeah.
Stand
No.
by.
We're gonna. I think I'm gonna get patches that say I'm an airsoft expert.
You should.
Are
Put the
There
gay
you go.
And
turtle
just start
on it,
handing
though.
them out to
Put the
people.
gay turtle on it though.
Only if they do hood rat shit.
Hey, look, I got to get more good. I got to get more hood rat shit made.
I just
I'm
sent it
running
to you,
low.
Mark.
I saw it. I got it. Thank you, sir.
Put it in the
I-
chat.
Oh, put it. But wait, put it in the chat. How do you? I can't put that in the
I
chat.
don't know. You're in control of this. You're steering this thing. I don't know how to
Where'd you
mash
get this
buttons
image
and
from?
shit. I just-
Gay turtle
Google?
expert patches. That's right.
It's
Oh.
a tortoise.
Ooh, what happened there? Oh, damn! My AC.
You're showing us your Pornhub.
Yeah, I know. Damn it.
Mm.
It's actually my
It's gonna be up on it's gonna be up on the Discord. I'm adding it right now.
Y'all are welcome. All I'm gonna say.
BBs may be gay.
like it.
Damn it. Ugh.
There we go.
I'll go ahead and get these made up. I'll call Tactical Imaging and all right, how many for about 50, 100? Actually, I think we can set up a store now.
Wieners on the hub.
I think I'm gonna put on this.
I set it up on the
No,
store
I'm
and
on
sell them.
OF. I got my own OF page.
Um,
Called Wiener's Chin.
I'm an
Captain-
airsoft expert.
Captain Geritol.
Is going to be the other one I'm going to put up.
Put expert in quotations.
No, I'm going to have the different level of caps and all that shit. With it.
Leave a letter out. Expert.
Expert.
God, I know this is not going to leave. This is not going to leave for a while.
No.
Oh,
You
no.
know, it's if I was actually. I'm going to.
Oh yeah. Happy, giddy, even joyous.
I want a fag. I mean, a cigarette. That's what they are called.
I never heard that before.
In Europe.
Actually, it is. It's a British term.
Okay.
That's where. Yeah.
The Brits.
Yeah. So, oh my God, Jesus Christ! People are responding to it.
Oh shit.
Oh, in the Discord.
I knew there was going to be repercussions. I'm glad the repercussions so far has been this humor. I know I'm going to get actual shit for the whole expert comment and all that. But yeah, Gay Turtles return in an extreme joke. I promise. Oh God. BB baby gay.
That's my son right there, guys. That's my son. My son.
Oh,
I see the resemblance.
are you going to catch up on that child support?
Oh no, he's way past that. I'm good.
All right, we're right at quitting time, guys. We got about 5 minutes left, so of course we're going to wrap up with all the events that we're going to be going to. Well, first off, any final thoughts before I wrap up with the events that we're going to?
No.
Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts on anything, guys? Anything y'all want to share?
Nope.
Final thoughts?
Just
3.
Black Tiger Airsoft, January 19th and 20th. Get your tickets now. Go to newbreedairsoft.com. We have you can get your tickets right there.
I'm working on it. I'm getting it for you. I'm getting it. I'm still in line. It's a really long line.
All right. Now is the part where we go to wrap things up and we start closing things down. So the next events that we're going to be going to this weekend is the whatever the hell you celebrate the December party at my house. If you know how to get there, have my address or have my number to where I will give you my address. You can come on
So
down. We'll have some
we're
brisket
calling
and
your
ribs.
Christmas party an event. You're not going to Southern Watch.
I am not going to that event.
You're not mentioning it. Why
Are you
mentioning
charging people to go to your Christmas party or
No, I'm not.
whatever
It's-
you
it's
celebrate
free.
party?
No, it's free. You do have to bring a white elephant gift, which I got to call everybody that's coming and say, "Hey guys, bring like a $20 or $30 gift because we're going to play a little game."
I gotta find something to regift.
I got Wiener's gift right over there. It's literally right over there. You know what? You actually saw your gift when I panned my
I
thing
never
around.
even noticed it. So.
All right.
I guarantee you Wiener's going to give out like one of his patches and like a free entry to the game.
The weekend after is going to be an open game day at Dead End Outfitters in St. James City. Check out deadendoutfitters.net or check them out on Facebook at Dead End Outfitters just to see the details of the field or where to go. I'll be there. Some of the team will be there. I think you're not going there, are you?
No.
I don't think so.
I got the Port St. John Christmas parade. I gotta be in.
Yeah.
He's one of the
After that,
I'll be happy behind the softball players.
January 19th through the 20th, we have Cannonball Run brought to you by New Breed Airsoft. Get your ticket now at newbreed.com. Right after that, we're going to be having the Flames of the Rebellion by My Game Productions that very next weekend, whatever the hell that is, the 27th, I guess.
I don't have it.
February, we're going to be at Bone Crusher at Milledgeville from Third Coast Airsoft.
16th to the 18th.
Third Coast, 16th to the 18th. Go ahead and go to thirdcoastairsoft.com. And
Eastern.
Chaos tickets
side.
sold out.
Yep.
But you can put that. You can put that in your notes that you want to play for Chaos. We'll take everybody.
We're going to be at Pew Pew at Sea March 7th through the 11th, but we will be at Miami Airsoft at March 6th with everybody going on the cruise to go ahead and take over Miami Airsoft for the day. The very next weekend, we have Thunderdome 4 up at Durham, North Carolina, Northgate Mall. The weekend after that, we have North vs. South 4 at Wayne's World of Paintball.
22nd through the 24th.
Thank you, Mr. Calendar Man. Then we have Stonebreaker at
April 19th through the 21st.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for. At Barnwell, South Carolina. Again, thirdcoastairsoft.com for those tickets. And then right after that, the event that you all have been waiting for, Syndicate 4 from Players One at Airsoft, weekend of 26th to the 28th at Middle-Orange Correctional in Warwick, New York. Come on, guys. Let's have a good time. Until next time.
Play for great.
May your BBs fly true and your opponents always call your hits. Good night.
Squirrel!